Yeah, I got two today for my roofer out in Lexington. First one was a manufacturer nearby where we were going to be doing some work. Weren't too aware of any active issues, but wants us to come out there to check it out and really just introduce ourselves as a resource. The other one was with another manufacturer. They had quite a few leaks on a separate section of their roof. They're not too happy with the current people they use right now, so wants us to come out there, see what we can offer.
Got a couple of appointments today. One was for my client out in Birmingham. It's with a construction company, about 15 users. Open to hearing what we have to offer, so it should be a good one for my client out there. The other appointment I got was for my client out in Knoxville. It is with a manufacturer as well. They're wanting to get a proposal from us, so it should be a really decent opportunity for them.
I set 2 appointments for my roofing client in Arkansas today. They're both with industrial facilities. Both of them were having leaks that they're getting quotes on, so I think those will be both good opportunities. Also set one for my client in Kansas City, apartment complex. All of the roofs eventually need to be replaced. They're looking to do one this year. There's 8 buildings there, so I think that's going to be a really good one as well.
Yeah, having a great day at the office. We have over 30 collective appointments as a group, and then for me, I got 2 today, both with roofing clients. First one's in Tyler. It was the owner of a local shop who was wanting to get some repairs done on his facility. They are budgeting right now, have a couple deals that they're looking at, so they are going to build our budget based on how much they end up making on it, and then go from there on being more productive with the getting the roof done. And then got another one for another roofing client. They're looking to get brick and mortar done, a little bit different, but my guy does it, so they have some leaks in the building. And then there are about 3 or 4 other exterior projects they're wanting to work on.
So I got 2 appointments today for my client out in Utah. I had spoken with a civil engineering firm. They have about 14 users. I spoke with one of the partners, pointed me to his assistant. They're using a company currently, got something scheduled for next week. And then I had spoken with a larger nonprofit. The owner of it kind of owns 2 different businesses, totaling about 100 users altogether. He does have a master's in IT, so he's pretty well versed, but with some of the compliance and stuff coming up, he said it may be worth just having a conversation and actually prompting me for the meeting. So should be a pretty good one. That's towards the end of the month.
Got 2 appointments today, both for my MSP clients. First one was in Florida. It's with a local radiology group. Spoke with the IT director earlier in the year, told me to follow up in August, so followed up with him today. So they're looking for a co-managed solution. Gonna meet with them later this week. About 60 users, 4 locations. Other appointment was down in Austin. It's with a local manufacturer. Spoke with the COO. About 20 users. Work with the company, have some pain with response time, so we're gonna meet with them later this week as well.
They're ripping. They're ripping right now. Shaffer's got 2.
It's 100,000 square feet, possibly more buildings than 9. We're kind of unsure. It kind of looked like more. Let's see. They had leaks. They want us to come out and check that out, compare prices. It's looking good. I feel good about it.
I got an appointment with an apartment complex. The roofs are really old. They needed torch down roofing, so we're gonna go out there 2 weeks from now and yeah, see how the roof looks. It doesn't look good, so. Yeah.
Will's got one. He's still on the phone, but I got some good news from the client. It looks like we might be closing a $135,000 deal up in Fargo, so that one looks promising. Had a pretty good IT meeting this morning, looking to move forward, possibly have a proposal meeting next Monday with them, so that went well. Logan's going to call his shot today on one of his clients.
Oh yeah, I'm going to call my shot on Warren Thompson Roofing. I've got some pretty good follow-ups, 3 of them in the afternoon, so should have 1, 2, 3 appointments in there somewhere. Plus, I built some great records in here already today, so we'll get one for sure.
Just got a closed deal for my client in Des Moines. It's with a commercial painting firm. They're building a brand new building, starting off small. It's about $350 monthly recurring with $7,500 in projects and hardware. So that one's what we're going to grow with. I know Roger got a really good appointment for his client in Boston, actively seeking new IT services. Good start to the day, running it up. Looking to get some more going here soon.
We're just cleansing some new markets, stuff like that, but we're halfway to goal today for a pod wipe. I got nothing. I got a couple of good warm leads though. 2 re-roof opportunities I'm going to set up probably over email later this week hopefully, but that's for our roofer in Atlanta. And then Ryan, what you got today?
Yeah, I don't have an appointment yet, but our Portland client doubled up on a new market, so for Salem, we've been building out for that and already started making dials, but feeling good about it. Later this afternoon, we'll probably have a nice Salem appointment for us.
Yeah, I got one for my roofer in Oklahoma City. This was a hotel. They need a new roof pretty bad. They're not quite ready to replace it yet, but they have a lot of ponding that's causing some leaks, so I'm heading out there next Tuesday, and then should have one here this afternoon, hopefully. I talked with the owner of a medical company, and they're having some pretty bad issues with their MSP that they're using currently, so trying to get that set up for tomorrow. Fingers crossed we get it taken care of today, but hopefully sometime this week.
Pod's doing pretty good today. Got proposal out, right? Yep. I'm on the board. We're working hard. Had a couple of meetings with clients, but yeah, I got one for my new IT client out in Atlanta. Called up and talked to the school director of network technology, something like, he had a long title, but they do everything in-house except for phones and other kind of small projects. My guy loves to do phones. They're currently on a Mitel system, trying to migrate over to some VoIP systems. So looking for some numbers and some options for VoIP. Got a call scheduled for next week. So should be a pretty good one there. Rashawn, what are you doing for
Oh yeah, so we got a verbal. It's kind of a closed deal, but not quite yet. It was an appointment that I set up for my clients out in Hartford, probably about a week or two ago. Basically, we are going to go out there and do like a one-time maintenance thing for them, and so the rough numbers came out to about $14,800. But we're going to go out there and we're kind of pricing it on time and material. So we're going to get that one going here pretty soon. So I should have more concrete numbers, and then from that point on, we'll get them out of a preventative maintenance agreement for long term. So should be a pretty good one.
We'll get something coming up this afternoon.
My roofer in Charlotte said that they're dropping off proposals today to some of the meetings last week.
We're doing pretty good. I think we got, 3 on the board, 3 roofing appointments. Me and Danny are trying to get some IT later this afternoon. We got 2 in Arkansas, 1 over in Dayton. Marge, you want to start us off? I think you got 2.
Got 2 in Arkansas for a roofer. They're both very similar situations, industrial facilities that were leaking. Both of them had gotten 1 quote and they wanted to get another one, so our guys are going to go out next week.
Yeah, I got one in Dayton. They're right across the street from my client. It was really convenient. They said, come on out. We'd love to meet with you guys. We see you all the time. So it should be a good one.
I'm trying to call for Petronella, but that's where I'm going right now.
Pod's going good today. We are cooking. I've got 2 appointments myself. I got one for my client that's out in Knoxville, and then one for my client that's out in Birmingham. So both should be really good appointments. It's more on the introduction side, but they should be good.
I got 2 today, one from my client in Florida with the IT director at some radiology organization, 60 users. Currently everything's in-house. They're looking for a co-managed solution, so we're going to meet with them later this week. And then one for my IT client in Austin with the local manufacturer. Spoke with the COO, interested in talking on Friday, have some pain points with their current MSP, like 20 users, so we're going to meet with them then.
I spent most of the morning dialing for my client in Philly. Had some really good conversations that should turn into appointments before the end of the week. Met with some clients, but other than that, looking to have a strong afternoon.
They're all doing great. I don't have an appointment, but I know Brett just got one.
I just got one for sure.
Clay, how many do you have? 2.
Yeah, I'm putting one in right now for my HVAC client out in LA. Assisted living facility. It's about 60,000 square feet. Spoke to the maintenance director. He wasn't sure if they actually had anything in place, but he knows for sure he had a few swamp coolers that he needed maintenance for. So we're headed out there tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Yeah, I got one for my Indianapolis software client. It was with the VP. He returned my call for, I believe they manufacture springs. He said he was going to get with the rest of his team, kind of get an idea on what software they need, but he says that there should be a need for it. The website doesn't work, but I found them on LinkedIn. They're a pretty big company, actually, like 100 employees, so it should be a pretty good fit. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that one goes.
So a little slower on this morning, but we had a great Friday afternoon with, I think, everyone getting on the board other than myself. But Teddy, you want to tell us about your Friday afternoon one?
First day with clients, I got 2 appointments for janitorial. Went pretty well. One of them was actually an inbound call. I was very skeptical, but we were able to talk them through it, and it just made sense for them, so we got it booked. Excited to work for my clients going forward.
Yep, I got one for my janitorial client in Baltimore with a church. They get 6 days a week cleaning. It's like 40,000 square feet. And then the other one was for my roofer in Arkansas. It's like a food court type field, and they have some issues, so we're going to go out there next week.
What do we got? Sam has one. Tough start. Slow start to the month too, so we want to start trending in the opposite direction. But in order to win, you got to have a strategy. So what is our current strategy? What are we working on to get appointments?
I was calling Orlando.
Orlando Roofing?
Yeah, I called all the appointments, didn't really get anything going there, but I got like some good follow-ups for 2 weeks now. Too bad I'm not here, but Connor's going to be here, so he's going to close that guy.
Okay. Eddie, what are you working?
I was Tampa MSP for a little bit, but I think I'm switching to HVAC months.
Okay, those are 2 markets that just opened up, so it's fresh. And then it sounds like Blake's cooking as we speak. So those are good strategies for the day. I think, outside of some of the markets that just opened up, we saw a huge jump in HVAC show rate last month. So we want to put a little bit more of an emphasis on HVAC this month, maybe 50-50. IT roofing half the time, HVAC half the time. And we should see more traction there. We've got good case studies, good client testimonials, and referrals we can send people over to now. I think is making a big difference. Would you agree with that a little bit?
I would agree. Also, like a bunch of no-shows from last month. Vacations happen in July. It's a scoreless month of the year, so call all those guys that no-showed last month and get them back on the calendar, because odds are they're back from vacation now.
That's it.
If that was the excuse.
That's it.
Probably was.
And I think if we stay on track with some of the updates with the agreements, kind of leading with that, we're going to have a lot of success this month with closed business. So it's all good stuff. Sam's pitching. Sounds like he's got a good one on the hook right now. So hot start. That's what we need. We need more appies. That's it. That's all we got.
Today, I did an audit of the invoices. That's 165 invoices I audited this morning. I got here at 6:55 in the morning to help make sure my morning was smooth. Besides that, I've talked to clients, I've created 2 accounts, and done more invoices on top of that, and then re-edited and re-audited some of the invoices.
There was a few things that Aaron messaged me about that I fixed this morning, and then I've just been getting a list of things for Glenn to do today and start on. That's pretty much it.
So I got some proposal, closed deal post out for Evan, Brett, and then I'm blanking on who the third person is, but I got a lot of post out for that. And then Bragon, we got your post out, so that's super exciting, just going over what you've been doing with the CRM. And then I did the quality control report from last month. There was 300 appointments and need feedback, so I found out who needs to follow up, so I sent that out. And then just grading for days. That's it.
I'm just getting some quotes that Laura requested for catering and stuff like that, food trucks maybe for a future. I have elevator companies I've reached out to and sod companies, so basically that's my morning, and then I'll do my rounds this afternoon, and I'm going to Walmart. I get to go shopping today.
This morning I came in, I saw 2 of our sites had a little bit of drop in their site health, so I went through and fixed those little issues that popped up over the weekend. And then Friday, Shaffer weekend, David, her look up over there, he gave me a whole nice list of revisions for his first look at the website, so I've been working on those this morning. Probably work on those the rest of the afternoon, and then switch to some social media for clients.
We had one of our IT clients reach out with a couple updates to his website. Nice. So working on that right now, and then another IT client that just launched this month. We're gonna get started on his website this afternoon, and hopefully have that done for the next 2 weeks.
We had 3 new people start today, so I spent a lot of the morning hanging out with them, getting them all situated this morning. We had somebody stop by SEMO to shadow and stuff, and it sounded like it went well, so we could have another offer for down there. We have 2 new hires starting next week that we'll start gearing up for, and bringing in more. Got more interviews throughout the week coming in. Ding!
I got one for my Indianapolis software client today. I left a voicemail for the VP of a manufacturer. He returned my call conveniently the second I walked away from my desk, so I had to call him back. But yeah, he was pretty open to hearing out what we could do for him. He wanted to speak with some of his team before meeting, so he asked me to get some information shot over before the meeting. We got it set, I think, 2 weeks out, virtual. Pretty large company, actually. Their website was down, so I was a little worried for a second, but I found them on LinkedIn. They're like 100 employees, pretty decent sized company. Should be a pretty good opportunity.
I got one for my roofer in Oklahoma City. I was with a hotel. Their roof is in pretty rough shape. They need a new roof, but they're not quite ready for it yet. So we're going to look at some of the repair options that they have. I got that set up for next Tuesday.
Yeah, so I got a pretty good one today. I actually make that too. First one, Boston, manufacturer, textile distributor as well. Pretty much actively looking for a new MSP. Not very happy with their current provider. Definitely some pain points there. Around 50 users, 4 locations, a couple in Mexico, one in California and one in Boston. Pretty good one. Just got an email from a VP of operations and technology that I had spoken to earlier in the month, July. They're actively looking for cybersecurity, 49 locations across New York, Connecticut, and New Hampshire. Should be a great conversation. Pretty excited about it.
So I got 2 appointments today for my client in Minneapolis. One was with a travel agency. It was a little bit bigger than I expected, actually. It was about 50 users. And then the other, and the prospect was looking to upgrade their servers and was looking to move everything to the cloud. They're moving offices and kind of in a period of transition, so looking at vendors. And then the other one was with a manufacturing company. IT manager. He loves meeting with local vendors to see if there's any way they might be able to work in with him. So yeah, just looking to see if there's any voids we might be able to fill, and it should be 2 pretty good meetings.
All right, got a pretty good appointment today for my Detroit IT client. It's with an engineering firm. I had spoken with the owner way back, and they are handling pretty much everything internally, but said that their cybersecurity could definitely be a little more enhanced, a little more hands-on. Thought that might be something we could talk about, so we've got a pretty good meeting at the end of the month here. It's like 10 users. Said there's a couple more devices than what the employees would suggest, but should be a pretty good meeting.
I got an appointment for my roofer in Chicago. It's a 30,000 square foot apartment building. The roof is really old, had a lot of damage, so we're gonna go out there 2 weeks from now.
So I got 2 appointments for my client out in Albuquerque, and one of them I'm super excited for. It's about 100,000 square feet. They've got a few leaks that they found. They are looking to compare prices. Just really excited for it and see how it turns out.
Just got an appointment for my new IT client. It's with a speech school. I talked to the network administrator. He said that they currently don't have anybody that they work with as far as an IT company. Really the only thing they do outsource is for some projects. So luckily they're actually actively looking at upgrading their phone system. Currently they're on a MyTel system and they're looking to move to a VoIP. So I set up a meeting for my client and him to kind of talk later this week, kind of show them the options that we have and see if we can get something worked out. So should be a pretty good one.
Got 2 for my IT company out in Omaha today. First one was with a sign manufacturing company. They've been looking to swap providers for a while, so called at the right time, followed up today, and we're going to be meeting in person this week.